Well, hello again from the Iowa State Capitol. Next week is supposed to mark the end of the 2012 legislative session, and while it's still uncertain as to when it will end, I can pretty much guarantee that it will not be next week. We still have a lot of work to do, particularly on budget matters. None of the main budgets, health and human services, education, justice systems, judicial branch, have reached conference committee. And because of the big difference between the House and the Senate, and to a certain extent the governor, those conference committees are going to need to get to work and take some time in order to find a compromise on those budgets. The Health and Human Service budget continues to be a particularly tough issue to resolve. House Republicans insist on putting in divisive social issues, and I think no matter how you feel about those particular issues, we can all agree that those should be discussed in standalone bills and not part of a Health and Human Service budget that makes sure that thousands of Iowans have access to health insurance, that kids are protected from potentially violent situations at home. So the next step really is for those conference committees to be appointed. The leadership in the House, the Senate, and the governor also have to begin serious negotiations about what the overall spending number is going to be and then how that number is going to be distributed amongst the budgets. So you can see that even if that process began today, it would still take a while for it to be completed. In addition to the budgets, there are at least three big policy decisions that need to be made related to commercial property tax reform, education reform, and mental health reform. Those policy decisions will also carry large price tags and will have to be worked into the final budget. So the answer to the question that I continue to get most in my community, when will the legislature finish, is up in the air and hard to determine. I think it's time that we start to get to work on those decisions, and I'll be working with Republicans in the House, senators in the governor's office to try to bring the 2012 session to a close.